I think we're rolling. Let's go do this. Make sure that we are good to go. Slow start here, but we're getting there. All right. Another late stream tonight. It has been a hectic week. Whoa. Zoom in and out. It is August 29th. My intent is to start beta testing a week from tomorrow. And it has been, or felt like at least, a literal race to get ready to that point. To feel like the app is ready for that. And I think we're going to get there. I've spent this week, I don't think I've live streamed. Let me look. Have I not live streamed at all this week? That would be unintentional if I haven't, but I very well may not have. 5 days ago was the last live stream, which was that on Saturday? Saturday or Sunday? Intended to live stream more. We might pick it up this weekend. But we have been coding. So the last 2 sessions, we built out the structure for the schedule. Looks so good here? Yeah. Which has not changed UI-wise at least. And we did the standings. I made some updates to both of these behind the scenes. The UI still looks relatively the same, but there were some bugs that throughout my own setup and testing I was kind of figuring out. But those have relatively stayed the same. What I've been working on this week is getting tournaments to actually work in Tour Life. A lot of this was variable setup behind the scene. Most of the screens still look relatively similar to the original tournaments. This is a new screen. This does not exist for normal tournaments. But the other two do. So we'll go through this here real quick. This is just a recap of what I've done this week so far. This is going to be the event info page. So the point of this is we're going to show the event, show the current leaderboard. If you pick a short season, all Pro Tours will be 1 round. But if you pick long season, Pro Tours are 3 rounds, which is a little more standard. And this leaderboard will show before every round. So after round 1, you'll come here. This screen will still show. It'll show the user scores. At the start of events, there are going to be entry fees. And for Tour Life, we're going to have some travel costs too. They're going to be very minimal compared to what you can win in the tournament. But the thought process behind this is that once you unlock Tour Life in the app for the division that you want to play in, so for me, I'm an MPO player. Once I unlock MPO for Tour Life, I still want to have some incentive to go back and play the regular tournaments. So XC tier tournaments through A tier tournaments, just because they're a little more fun, a little bit easier for me to win. And I don't want that part of the app to just go away once you unlock this new feature. And so the idea here is that if you can't afford the entry fee or the travel cost for a tournament, you go back, play normal tournaments, lower entry fees, but earn some payouts, and then come back to your tour season and start the next event. So right now they're going to be really cheap. I may bump that up before launch, but you should have no trouble paying any of the entry fees right now. But so at the start of each tournament, we're going to register. It'll explain, these are going to be the total amounts of currency you currently have. I've got it set at $10,000 just so I can buy everything as I'm testing. But it'll list entry fee, travel, and then it's going to list the purse for the event. And then we've got the note here, the kind of that I mentioned earlier. You can go play the lower tier tournaments regular. They'll still have entry fees, but smaller. Just in case you need to cover the entry fee or travel cost for this. But you click sign me up, and then we're ready to start round 1. So we click start, and then we've got the tournament leaderboard. This has been updated. It is UI wise the exact same as the leaderboard for the original tournaments. That will not be the case at launch, but right now we're getting it functional, and then the aesthetics is much easier to adjust than getting the leaderboard to work. So right now this looks exactly the same, but we've got our 120 pro players in here. I did do a short season, so first tournament of the year is a pro tour, only one round. Yeah, if you notice, we had Crocol, the Crocol course, which I think was #1 on UDisc. I did some work on the global course list earlier this week as well, and got that working. Let me go ahead. This is annoying. I did the random course, so the zeros are interesting. That's not working. Oh man. And everybody 19 under. So it is just, it's tacking on the zeros. Alright. It has never done this before. Strange. I'm going through it just to try to show the rest of the screens. I was testing this 5 minutes before I started, and the scoring was working just fine. We'll have to go look at that. But we've got the finish round. Round finished is working. We shot an incredible 1300 rated round. 37 under par at Crocol, which is pretty good. Tied with everyone else. Just kidding, of course. We'll go fix that. Probably off this. Need to code. So this is the playoff screen. So it's not even going to show it because I have the playoff. Well, long story short, we have tournament finished and show stats. All working in Tour Life as well. I may go take a peek at the scoring. Right now I'm going to finish up my tournament finished coding. We're going to reset a lot of the variables just so when you're ready to play. Was I getting a bug there or was it restarting? No, it's just because I have all these errors. Okay, we'll fix this real quick. We'll restart it. I'll show the global courses. And then we're going to try to code the season finished view tonight. Get the structure in for that. So once you finish a Tour Life season, it'll tell you your standing. If you earned any bonuses for the season, which I still kind of need to work out in my head. Tell you if you earned your tour card for another season, or if you have to go earn another one in the Q tier tournaments. That'll be a part of like the base version of the app. I've got a list of some information I want to include on it, but let's wrap this up real quick. Where were we? We were down here. Score totals. Current place. I just added competitors and competitors with user. Okay. Tour by tournament variables. So right now I am on the view that will show at the end of each tournament in Tour Life, and I'm making sure that all the variables are reset. So you're not like seeing the scores from the previous, from the previous tournament and the second tournament of the season, for example. Competitors is going to be this. Let's go here. This and this. These two are good. This one's good. Of course, difficulty we don't need because that's set automatically anyways. And then pin position tracker we will set. Let's go down here. Variables.pin position tracker is equal to. Then we'll initialize it the same way here. Finished. Okay. So that's all good there. We can get rid of this. And then I'm going to end up utilizing the same for loop here. So let's come down here. Whoa, don't do that. There we go. Tournament finishes list. Scores list for standings. Earned for standings. We don't need those. Let's earn for standings. We don't need those. Competitor names we do. I don't necessarily want to add that though. This is good. This is good. Single score we need to initialize. Let's go over here. I have that variable already created once. So all we need to do is just copy that over. And single score is good to go. And then we're not pulling settings through, but I don't know if that's... We definitely need it for the user settings. So let's start with that. Definitely need it to be in there one way or another anyways. And then these ones, I think, because right now this is pulling from my generic player's name. I think I want for each tournament it to be ordered based off of maybe how they did in the previous tournament. That would be interesting. Let's try this. Let's go final temp names from last tournament is equal to string competitor names. I don't even think I need the string here. I think we can just get rid of that. Tour life. I'm just going crazy. Tournament variables. Dot. And then here, I can probably a safe assumption that people aren't going to be switching either FPO or MPO enabled mid-season. Is that a safe assumption to make? Maybe not. There's no way to do it though, because if I want it to be based on the last tournament and then they switch from like MPO to FPO, there's no way for me to map those names because it's all new names. I think I just stick with the same names. I think like it's during a season too. Like you start a season with a set group of players and you play that season out, and then at the next season it'll update. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll with that for right now. If players equal to 0, we don't need that. Else competitor names dot add temp names from last tournament, and then this one can be the exact same thing because neither of these are going to include the user anywhere else outside of the first spot because that's how competitor names is set up, so we won't have duplicates. That should be good. I like that. Okay, and then I just need to save them all. To be annoying, but we can go through it. Okay, current int current hole, int current round, int current place, string pin position tracker, list string all scores, list string all score totals, list string score totals with user. Hopefully I'm typing these out right. And same thing with the competitor names. Competitor names, string competitor names with user. I think that's what we want. And then instead of deleting them, we're going to be saving them, which is going to be a bit tricky here. I need that up just so I have the guidance. Defaults set int. Key first. TL current whole key. Current whole. Alright. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And then this one's going to be TL current round key, TL current place, pin position tracker. I do already have the keys all created for this, so this should hopefully be fairly easy. Player whole scores, TL score totals, TL score totals with user. And we've got competitor names and competitors with user. Competitors, competitors with user. Set int is obviously going to change. These ones are fine. This one can be set string list. This one will be set string, and then we'll do the encoding like so. This one will be set string list. Well, they all will be, right? Yes. These ones will all be set string list. So just this one is different. Okay, that should be easy enough. And then we'll just fill these in with current round. I can just copy and paste these actually. Current place, pin position tracker, all scores, score totals. Beautiful. So now instead of deleting the keys, we're just updating them, which I think is better, closer to what I'm looking for. And then we just need to go up here and update the call, and then we should be good. I sure hope so. And now my hope was that I could just come and do some copy and pasting here by keeping all the names the same. Easy enough. So now we should be good there. No more bugs, so we can actually do a reset. Ta-da! We'll go look at the global courses real quick. Throw a few fan favorites on here, but didn't actually have the functionality for this in. When updated that, so these are all the actual courses. Maple Hill, New London Tech, the Fort 2021 Worlds course, close to me, and Crocol are all in the app. Granted, if you don't live by those courses, it doesn't help you much, but even if you're just planning to travel to them, they'll be available on the global list. You can come in here, add Maple Hill, and there you go. Click that one button, and it's ready to play. We can go to Road to a Pro, and Maple Hill's there. You can play an XC tier MA4 at the Maple Hill Gold layout. I only have the Golds layout in right now, but yeah. I'm going to go take a little peek at that scoring, because that was wonky. Something was not right there. which was interesting because I almost felt like it was maybe something with. Let's go see what the first course is here. So this one's test course. This is the one I was testing on earlier. Let's see if it is still doing it. Did not give me the right score there. Gave me the right score there. So now I'm getting the right score. Hole 1 was not right, which is interesting. All scores 0. Current hole -2 is equal to user score 2 string. I wonder why that didn't work. Am I showing different numbers in the actual leaderboard? Very well could be. Leaderboard descriptions. That's not it. That's holes. Hole pars. This is hole distances. Competitor names. And then here, all scores. Strange. Might have to throw some print statements up on that one. Not sure what's going on there. Do I have leaderboard print? Don't need that. Yeah, let's get rid of these. When I go log this score, strokes, here we go. Current hole is equal to previous hole plus 1. Current stroke counter. Selected pen 2 string. All scores, all score totals. Huh. Let me go look at this section in the normal leaderboard because I don't think. I guess let's go just test it. Gold's XC tier 1 round. So this one is clearly working just fine. So let's go compare code real quick. I feel like if I type an error up there and then I go open this one, it'll actually open it in a new view. Sometimes it replaces it and that's annoying. Alright, we are at 300. This should be roughly the same. I was hoping. Pretty close. Current stroke counter and is pin present. Previous hole is equal to current hole. Update current hole. Take me to this. Is just adding it plus 1. So this should do the same thing. Should. That might be the only difference, and could therefore be what's causing the issue of scoring. Tier division, hole averages, course difficulty, number of players, hole pars, current hole. Selected pen, and then all scores, all score totals, competitor names, current place. Stroke counter equals 0. Huh. So I feel like this is the only difference. This part right here. I wonder if the hole is not being updated. That shouldn't change scoring though. That should certainly not cause scoring to be 0, right? Surely not. So what I can do here, let's go print current hole after I'll throw this up here twice just so I can see the change. Print user score submitted. Current stroke counter. Okay. Should be all I need there. And let's just try print temp scores. Temp scores. Okay. Let's go run with this and see what we get in tour life. Yeah. See how this maybe helps us identify the issue, I'm hoping. Go through all of this, start round 1. Alright, enter 1. Show me the text. Alright. User score submitted is 1, temp scores is 2. So something in scoring is not working. So let's get rid of these. And then let's go to this scoring. Update user whole stats. Oh, that's just for statistics purposes, which I think is update user whole stats. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Can ignore that line at least. Could have just been something I was renaming variables. Print tour life tournament variables. All scores 1. Was the total updating properly? No, total was the same. Let's go print 2. Those are my only prints, okay. Just make sure that those are the only things that are running. Let's go here, I guess. Let's make sure that what we're actually returning is... It's not what we're returning. Okay. We're returning all player whole score sorted. Noted. Player scores. All scores. 3. Move it 0. Sorted. 1 is equal to player whole score sorted. Here I'm just trying to figure out where the scoring is going wrong. Name sort of lead your player scores. Move it 0. Copy 1 string. 2. All scores. Strange, man. Not sure what is going on here. Call this 1.5. I'm just going to run it again and hopefully get some nice output down here. We can see what's going on. Hopefully. Ace. Are any of these showing ace? Scored in 1. This one is. What I want. Alright, all player whole scores sorted 1. Okay. Something's definitely going wrong here. We've figured that much out. All player whole scores sorted. So here we have no values, which is correct. They should all be dashes prior to us calculating any of the scores. Our next print statement is down here, at which point somehow every single AI has a score of an ace. Not intentional. So how is that happening? Because I don't touch that variable again until lowest score. If it's a par 3, which it is, lowest score is equal to 2. Lost right now. By 2, we're filling it with column scores, which is right. But how is this happening? How is How are the ones happening? I'm so confused. Because I'm printing this variable, which shows up here and does not show up again until I print it. So in principle, this should look exactly like this. There should be a 1 in the first array, but the rest of these should still all be dashes. I'm not changing them. At least I'm fairly confident I'm not changing them, but clearly somehow I am. Calculate whole average. Is there something I'm doing down here that presets? No, I'm certainly not changing it. Tour life tournament variables, all scores. Is not listed again, so somehow in this item, like if I go print right before it, what's it look like? Does this, I guess let's go look at the basic scoring file. Does that look different here? Zero, current hole -2. It's working the exact same way, I think. I don't know, let's go look. I feel like the code is set up the exact same way, but clearly something is off. I get my 2 down. So at 0, it is a dash. Am I just being a complete idiot? That's certainly possible. Certainly possible. So here it's what it should be. Tournament all scores. I don't get it. Tour life tournament variables, all scores, which is this variable. 0, which should only be the first array. Right? Is it getting cut off there? No? I don't know why this isn't showing. Lost. I don't need this one. The issue is with this line. Well, score 0 should be equal to the user, which is working here. But why are all of these being equal to 1? I don't even know what the right way is to try to idiot-proof that. Like, that seems... That seems fairly simple to me. And then player here, current hole -2, is still somehow changing this. Man. I wonder if I go to the scoring in print, if it's doing something similar. That might be a spot to start. I don't know. Test 1. Scores. And test 2. Let's see what's going on. Because this line is exactly the same. See one here, and then the rest of them are blank. So that's working beautifully. Why is this so different? Is it not the exact same line? All scores 0, current hole -2 is equal to user score string. It's the exact same line. But for some reason, all of it's being changed. Is current hole different? Current hole is an integer here. Current hole is an integer. That's not different. So I'm printing the same variable. All scores, are those set up the same way? Like something has to be different, right? Because otherwise it's the exact same code. I'm initializing them different, I know that, but that shouldn't be causing the issue. All scores add single score. And what is my single score? That. And that doesn't even matter because I'm printing it right before and it looks exactly how it's supposed to. Mind blown right now. Do I just ask ChatGPT, like, how does the same line of code do two different things to the exact same variable type? Mind blowing. I think I'm stuck going to ask ChatGPT. This is silly. Let's see what Chat GPT has to say. Actually, I kind of want to run it. Let's go copy this. And then give me the output. Not courses, tour live, short, automatic, start. The lists are being initialized. Huh. So it's the way that I'm initializing it. That's kind of annoying because the way that I'm initializing it came from ChatGPT. Which I guess is my error for using ChatGPT. So this makes it sound like my issue is here. I wonder, let's try something. Might be silly, but for giggles. Instead of labeling it single score, I'm going to try copying the actual array and seeing if that works. Here. Because I actually specify it everywhere else, and I wonder if that's going to make a difference. That'd be pretty wild if that's the case. I'm not going to get my hopes up, but there's a chance, right? A chance. Start event, register. That is certainly promising. Where's this at? Wow, that actually fixed it. So because I named a variable single score right here, and here I was adding single score, it was creating a bunch of instances of the same variable. And by changing one of them, I was changing all of them. But if I actually type out the string, which seems annoying, then I don't have that issue. That's crazy. My tournament finished, I have the same issue, so I gotta go fix it here too. I wonder if I specify this. It's probably going to say, oh, you don't need that. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous that by naming it as a variable, I'm going to run into the same issue. Well, We should be able to try this now. What? How in the heck does that happen? Zero, all scores 1. And 2, column scores is all messed up. How are we getting zeros? All kinds of zeros. It's specifically on the par 4s that I'm getting the issue. Man, I mean, I am ace in every hole and struggling to win here. I'll have to go do the same thing and look at this. Well, I did try it. I wasn't getting this issue in the regular tournaments. Here I'll at least get to show the finished tournament screens, which again looks exactly the same, but crazy. In a normal tournament, if I play Krokle, does it also struggle on the par 4s? Or does it work just fine? Just fine. So it's something with the way that I have variables set up that it's changing everything. Which I guess let's go through here. What else did I change? It would have to be in the whole averages, right? Let's print here, and then let's go back up and let's do some checking here. Print A. Print lowest score. Column scores. And let's just print that one again. So it seems like we got this one figured out. I hope. Get rid of these print statements though. Let's reload again. Go through Tour Life, see if that fixes anything. I was gonna try to do the season finish, but I can't just leave the scoring working as bad as it is. We gotta figure this out. I have Utah State Championships coming up. I should be fairly free outside of that, so we'll try and... Temp average is 1. Alright, so whole averages are messed up. So for some reason these if statements are not rolling. Alright, let's run through this. List of tiers. List of tiers is this. For each list of tier, we're going to run through the possible divisions. If tier is equal to the list of tiers T, Pro Tour Major Finale Playoff, or Major Playoff Finale, Playoff Finale Match Play. If the tier of the tournament where's my leaderboard? This could be part of the issue. I'm just going to start with this, and then we're going to see if this fixes the issue. Because I'm never actually establishing the tier because it's predetermined. There's no selecting tiers in Tour Live because it's a set season. I think that's right. Let's just start with this and see if that fixes it. If this doesn't fix it, then we'll dive in deeper. But that may be the solution right there. We're on the test tournament here, not Crocal, but yeah, scores look great. That was the issue. So this is my function where I'm passing it, just in case. I doubt anyone's going to watch this anyways. I'll explain it just so I can explain it to myself. Event tiers are preset. I was passing this variable before it's ever established, because I don't change it. In normal tournaments, you select the tier. Tour Life, you don't select it. So tier selected equal to XC tier. If you go back to our list of tiers, it's not possible to play an XC tier in Tour Life because XC tier tournaments aren't on the tour. So when I'm running through this, it's running a for loop for every single tier that's on the list in Tour Life, and XC tier isn't one of them. So it's just skipping all this code that actually calculates the value, and then defaults to what I set it initially, which is 1.0. Just in case that issue happens again, let's make this 3.0. Fixed. Silly. That was a pain. Let's try to jump over to a season finished real quick. Season finished. Get rid of all of this. We're erasing the tournament save. And then if the season is over, which I created this function earlier to basically determine if either it's the last event of the year or the user missed one of the cut lines. Then we're going to the season finished. Let's get rid of these, clean everything up a little bit. Season finished. All right, and what did I want this to look like. No tour life season. Here we go. Okay, let's go here. Season finished reason. I don't even know if that's how I want to display that. I want to utilize that. Let's skip that for now. User season is finished. So I want the text at the top to explain why the user's season is finished. Let's go here. String return season finished message. String. Let's throw this up here. Equals playoff event string. You missed the cut for the second playoff event, so this is just going to be the text that shows at the end of a season. And then string you missed the cut for the tour finale. And let's go here. What are my cutoff lines? I've got that written up here somewhere. There we go. Cutoff points for standings. Length -1, length -2. Presets dot cutoff points for standings dot length -1. Yeah, we do need to go bring in the values though. Variable management, tour life tournament variables. Now all those errors go away, which is nice. Let's throw our parentheses here. Nope. No, we do already have the parentheses included. Okay. And I'm just wanting to add this in. Length -2. And length -3. So that's going to show the top X number of people that you had to be in to miss the cut. So this is going to be 80, 64, 32, I think. Yeah. And we don't need this. Let's just make string equal end of season. End of season finale. It'll get changed if any of those are true. If it's not, that means the user did make it to the finale. And we can just leave it at that. Don't need those. Love it. Return season finish message. No, can't be constant. Duh. Okay. Throw our constant here. Get rid of that suggestion. So now we're conveying why the user is seeing that page. Let's format this. Formatting is actually not what I wanted. I wanted to wrap it in a padding. There we go. Okay. So we got some padding around that. Next thing, where'd it go? Etc. Overall finish and tour points. Okay. Let's call it points standing. Let's leave that sized box there. Let's throw another one of these guys up. And this is going to say points standing. And then I already have a variable created for this, tournament variables dot tour points earn for standing. What is that variable called? Current place in standings. Thank you. Current place in standings. I could just do the, yeah, I already have a variable that'll add like th or nd or rd onto the numbers. Round finished. No. Tournament finished. This guy. Return finish string. Love that. That's what we need. Return finish string. Then we throw this in here for place. Perfect. And that should just work as is. And then that's all score totals. And so what I need here is tour points earned for standings. Is that what I want? I don't think it is. I don't think that's what I want. On the standings page, how am I conveying that? Where's my points here? Expanded list view. And we've got a row. Turn name color. Points earned. I do have a function to calculate the total. Right now, I don't think I need the tie. leave that out. This should be good otherwise. Lovely. Should be good. Returning the finish, so we've got points standing. List of their wins on season. Okay. Return. User wins. For var event equals 0. So I want to display a list of the number of events the user won during the season. Even if it's 0, we'll just show a blank list. That's fine for right now. Presets, event names. Plus if tour life tournament variables dot tournament finishes list for standings. That's not going to include the user at the top. I would have to find their place. Do I have any other variable that I could calculate that a little bit easier? I don't think so. Finishes list. I think I need to pull the index from the players list. Which is not a clean way to do that. Because I run into issues if the user has the same name as one of the AI and the AI finishes above them. That does not work. But I don't have another way to track that. Tour points, scores, finishes. I think we're just going to roll with that for now, but I don't love it. Index is equal to players list for standings, index of settings.username. I don't have settings imported, so let's do that. Finishes list for standings index is equal to 1. This tournament finishes a string. It is. Is that what I'm looking for? Index and then event. This one should have the finish, so I'm going to leave the ST there. Which I'm not even populating that variable yet, so we'll need to go back. List. Dot add. Excuse me. Add tour life presets dot event names event. I think that's what I'm looking for. I can try that. I wonder if I'm gonna get an issue with this empty array. I don't know. Wins. Just return list of user wins. This is not going to look overly pretty, but it's there. 25. I don't even have a great way to test this, so I'm just coding it right now, kind of blind, and then I'll implement a way to test it later to make sure that everything I'm putting in here works, but it should for the most part. Stats on top 10s. Return list of top 10s. That's annoying. What's a good way to do that? All right, this has to be 1. To int. Maybe we just go int try parse. It's less than or equal to 10. I just need a little parentheses guy here. Yeah. It's less than or equal to 10. Setting it to default to 11 if it can't make an integer out of this, just so it's not including it as a default. Add event names event, return list of top 10s. And variables, tournament, finish list for standings, index, event, is not equal to 1. I think so. I don't want anything to show in the top 10s. That's also showing in a list of wins. So that's the point for this line of code here. We're going to return that list. And let's go up here. We'll basically do the same thing that we did for wins. Top 10s. 10s. That's the same thing. And then whether or not they earned a tour card for the following season. So tour card is going to be top 40. Bool was tour card earned. Current place and standings. Length -1. This is the. I need the finale. So I need this. I think that's what I need. Cutoff. Where's my cutoff? Finale. If tour life, if your current place in standings is greater than the cutoff line, return false, else return true. So here we'll go if was tour card earned. Else. No, it goes here. Losing it. Box. So if the tour card was earned, we'll just throw a you earned a tour card for another full season. Top. And then here I need that text again. Missed the cut for the finale. Needs to be this. Yeah. Another can be earned. By winning. Should be winning. This has been a lazy stream on my part. I've hardly been talking at all. Quite focused at the moment. It's also kind of late. This is going to convey whether the user earned their tour card. If they did not, prompted to play another Q tier event to win one. Yep, and then directed back to the main menu. Okay, so then I just need a button. Do I have a simple button somewhere around here? Excuse me, probably not. Courses. Elevated button. Season finished. Back to menu. here I need the add course review, and we need pop and tell. And this is gonna get dicey. I'm gonna throw it in here now because it's what it should be. But this one needs to be the main menu name, and that's typically where I run into issues. So we're gonna leave that there for now. That is all the code I think we need for the season finished. I'm not gonna take the time to get to a season finished right now. But that should be semi-functional with all the information there. We've got padding. We should be able to avoid any issues with getting off the end of the screen. These unlocks are going to be pretty cool once I get them in. I don't think there's anything else I'm going to do tonight. Tomorrow we'll probably try and wrap up this Tour Life functionality. At that point, Tour Life is working, and we really get down to either some like nitty-gritty variable management stuff or updating UI. And that updating UI is probably going to be what I'm filming moving forward. Start to make everything look pretty. There's still I'm sure some functionality I need to add in. We need to add in disk names, flight numbers. This bag has the names and flight numbers. I don't know if I put the names in. I do have the names in for these. I didn't do descriptions or flight numbers yet. So we'll need to add those in. A lot of it's working so far. We are, in terms of functionality, we're getting really close. I think we're going to be ready for beta testing. By we, I mean I. It's literally just me. I gotta figure out how to set up beta testing on Google Play. Haven't done that before. I need at least 20 beta testers. I read today, at least 20 on Android in order to even release on Google Play. I think that's what I read. So hopefully I have 20 Android beta testers signed up. I know I have well over 20 signed up total. I just don't know how many of them are on Android. We'll see. If anyone's watching this and you're signed up for beta testing and you're not on an Android but have a way to test on an Android, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, Tour Life's coming together. It does look the same, just to echo the same statement I've said for I think all of the streams so far. Tour Life is intended to look and feel very different from the regular basic. I say regular basic, from the standard tournaments, XC tiers through A tiers. I'm using the same views right now just to make sure it's functioning, but these are all going to be heavily changed. Tour Life is going to look and feel different. And you'll have different events as well. You'll have the Pro Tours, Majors, which don't exist in regular tournaments, bigger payouts, and then there's going to be a match play, playoffs, and finale. And the match play and finale are going to have slightly different structures. Match play, obviously. That's another thing that's not going to be in for beta testing at the start. Will be added before the app. That's something I'll definitely be streaming, just because that's going to be pretty interesting, setting up match play. Because currently you enter a score in and all of the AI update at once. For match play, it's going to completely change because it's just going to be you versus one other person. It's going to be a bracket, and you're going to have to see what the AI is doing on the course, because that's kind of the whole point of match play. So you need to hit, keep score. And it won't be a pop-up, it'll just be on the main screen, but it needs to say, AI is in the fairway, AI is putting from C2 for birdie, etc. So I'll have to figure that out. TBD. But yeah. Got our big long list of Pro Tour guys here. We got stuff working. There's definitely still some minor cleanup stuff to do. Things that I'm aware of, and I'm just not, it's not worth the time right now, like removing these commas or periods or whatever those are after the holes. we're gonna ignore it for the time being, but lots of stuff like that. But that's kind of the point of getting beta testing out early. Hopefully I get a lot of feedback in, and I still have over a month until I'm releasing the app. Which if I think back just to how much progress I've made within the past month, that's more than enough time. Really, none of the app was even built out or working a month ago. I don't think I actually. Let's go look here. When was my first stream and what was I doing? Here, I guess we can pull this up here. We're on the channel. We're live right here. First stream was a month ago. Yeah, and I was still trying to build out the shop and course updates. Tutorials, another thing that's gonna have to get set up. Shouldn't be too bad. Google Play was breaking, and app purchases were breaking. Yeah. So it's been a lot in the past month. I'm pretty optimistic that we're gonna be a-okay, but anyhow, I'm tired. Gonna call up for tonight. Tour Life's coming together. Probably try to stream at some point this weekend. Hopefully be a little bit more awake and engaging and better at explaining what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. As always, if anybody sees this after the fact, I would love it if people hopped on live. We're keeping this going throughout the app launch, and there's going to be feedback forums for beta testers, but the easiest way for you to give me feedback would just be to hop on here, because I've got my to-do list for the app, and if I like your ideas, I'm just adding them here. And that's basically a guarantee that they're going to go in the app. So that'd be pretty cool. But anywho, I'm going to call it there. Thanks to anybody who finds it after the fact. And we'll see you in the next one.